So this is you. And this is the leaders in the church, right? And for the purpose of this analogy, my hands represent God, right? So this is a tool, right? And the Lord uses this to make you hold on. A well-rounded individual, right? But in our churches today, this says, honor me, honor me. It was because my blades were sharp. That's why you were able to be formed, because of my blades. And I honor me. I desire your praise and your admiration, right? And as the paper, you turn around and you go, yes, thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Prophet. You see how it's bowing? Thank you, right? And God is looking at the scissors, and he's looking at the paper that he just formed, and he's looking at y'all like this, right? Because this is just a tool. But what happens if God sets the scissors down, right? Right? Now, I'm just a human being, and this ain't gonna come out perfect, but I'm sure if God was actually doing this, it would be perfect, right? Right? But guess what? This isn't perfect, but if God, just imagine a perfect being making a perfect circle, right? God, without the use of the scissors, can still form you and still shape you, and you can still turn out as a well-rounded individual without the scissors. Without the scissors. And in our church today, we are making the tool God. We're making the tool God. And the way that I got this analogy, I pray that it came out well, is I was sitting in the car yesterday and I was listening to Prophet Lovy talk about how people who are calling out the manipulation and the misuse of honor, right, have no idea what we're talking about, and we're claiming it's idolatry when it's not. That is a lie. That is a lie. And the reason why I thought of this analogy is because I said, do you know how funny it would be if I went to my kitchen, I pulled out my knife and my cutting board, and after I got done chopping up my chicken, and I said, thank you, knife, for being so sharp. Thank you, cutting board. Thank you, blender, for blending. That's its job. That's its job. It is the job of a blender to blend. It is the job of scissors to cut. It is the job of a knife to be sharp. Like, what are we talking about? It's like when a father does the most basic thing, and then people are like, oh my God, he's such a great dad. But mothers do 12 things, and no one's like, oh, she's such a great mom, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to do. You want me to give you kudos for what you are already called to do. And God is literally telling our generation, not even our generation, he's telling the church today, you guys are giving this right here way too much credit. Way too much credit. This is just a tool. This is just a conduit of which God runs his power through. But this is not the one that ultimately shapes you and refines you. I hope this makes sense. You guys have a great day.